your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. 77% of households' facilities have access to sanitation facilities at national level. The Department of National Parks and Wildlife warns residents near water bodies about the increasing occurrences of hippos and crocodiles in these regions. And West violence in Syria since Assad fall has dozens killed in clashes. This bulletin is also on our Facebook and YouTube channel 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary for Technical Services Nicholas Piri has revealed that 77% of households' facilities have access to facilities at national level. Giving an update on the Constituency Development Fund CDF, Mr. Piri has, however, observed that only 32.7% have access to these facilities in rural areas. He says through CDF, over 2,000 water and sanitation facilities have been realized to this addition. Mr. Piri has appealed to the stakeholders such as the church, civil society, among others, to contribute ideas in improving the CDF program.
77% of households have access to sanitation facilities at national level, but in rural areas, only 37.2% have access to sanitation. I hope colleagues have made it. And when you talk about the CDF, we have contributed to this score 2,398 water and sanitation facilities countrywide since 2020. So if you talk about make it half, what you are saying is that Raja want to have Raja 42% who have no access in those areas. But meanwhile, you here, you are busy going there where it is improved, they not put it in detail because of the content. But you know what I mean? Sanitation not doing it.
African Rivers has expressed special gratitude to the government through its relevant ministries, including specialized institutions, for the swift response in remedying the acid effluents from the Sinometals Leach Zambia Limited on the Copperbelt province of Zambia. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka, African Rivers CEO Bobson Sigala stated that the extent of the pollution arising from the acid effluents is reported to have affected the Mwambashi River and Kafue River and the surrounding communities, specifically damaging their maize and groundnut fields. He stressed that the possible impact on the health of rivers, aquatic animals, and human health can be catastrophic if not effectively and adequately addressed. He emphasized that pollution of water bodies is on the rise in Zambia, and as such, collective effort is urgently needed so that together they can inculcate a sense of responsibility to take care of the environment and safeguard the health of the rivers.
African Rivers has noted that pollution of water bodies is on the rise in Zambia, and as such, a collective effort is urgently needed so that together we can acclimatize and also a sense of responsibility to take care of the environment and safeguard the health of rivers. We also are alive to the undesirable reality that rivers are globally. We are also alive to the undesirable reality that rivers globally are equally under stress due to the unrelenting climate change
The government, through the Ministry of Tourism and the Department of National Parks and Wildlife (DNPW), has warned those residing in flood-prone areas and near water bodies such as rivers and streams about the increasing occurrence of hippos and crocodiles in these regions. Organization Principal Public Relations Officer Nelly Banda says the rise in wildlife-induced conflicts, particularly involving hippos and crocodiles, have unfortunately led to fatalities and serious injuries. Mr. Banda says this situation has been exacerbated by flooding, which has resulted in the expansion of water bodies into human settlements, increasing interactions between communities and these potentially dangerous animals. In light of this, Mr. Banda since urged the public to exercise extreme caution and observe necessary safety measures while conducting daily activities, particularly those related to fishing, bathing, and water collection. Speaker of the National Assembly of Zambia, Nelly Muti, has called for urgent action on gender equality as Zambia joins the rest of the world in commemorating International Women's Day. Speaker Muti rather made this appeal during a Women's Day statement made on 5th March 2025 at Parliament buildings to mark the occasion being held under the theme for all women and girls, rights, equality, empowerment. The speaker said that there is urgent need for collective action to promote gender equality and ensure the empowerment of women and girls. She noted that while progress has been made since the landmark Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action 30 years ago, gender disparities continue to persist in Zambia and around the world. Speaker Muti acknowledged that despite the notable contributions in empowering women and girls and promoting their rights through legislative measures such as enacting laws to protect women from violence and discrimination, as well as the inclusion of gender equality provisions in the Constitution Act number 2 of 2016 and the Gender Equity and Equality Act number 22 of 2015, persistent economic inequalities continue to disadvantage women. She noted that according to data from the United Nations, approximately 2.4 billion women of working age globally are still denied equal economic opportunities. She added that in Zambia, poverty levels among women remain higher than those of men, and women's participation in formal employment is extremely lower compared to their male counterparts. And in other news trending this evening, Vice President Mtale Nalumango has clarified that her remarks during the recent parliament session, where she encouraged women to fall pregnant in order to access social protection, were only aimed at women in marriages who fear conceiving due to financial challenges. The Health Professionals Council of Zambia (HPCZ) has expressed deep concern with the report regarding the arrest of an intern medical doctor who allegedly raped a patient under his care at Minasoko Medical Center. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The trailblazing Rural Africa Grenco Group, Grenco, plays as an innovator in Africa's energy sector, has been recognized with two distinguished awards at the prestigious IJ rather Global Awards. These awards are Market Impact Awards and Energy Transition Deal of the Year Africa. And these awards highlight Grenco's continued commitment to advancing sustainable energy solutions and strengthening the regional power market through innovative financing and strategic partnerships. Speaking at the award ceremony, High Commissioner Machenje Mazoka was keen to highlight these awards as a clear example of the positive relations between the British and Zambian business communities. And Grenco's Chief Commercial Officer, Ms. Kathy Oxby, added that the organization is honored and humbled that its continuing efforts to apply innovation and creativity to address the multifaceted challenges in the African energy sector have been recognized on this global stage, reflecting on their pivotal role as the first and largest off-taker in the emergency power import transaction. FQM Zambia Director Anthony Mukutuma noted that First Quantum is dedicated to Zambia's economic and energy stability. Meanwhile, Helen Lubamba, head of corporate and investment banking at Stanbic Bank Zambia, added the deal has demonstrated that through innovative, collaborative partnerships like the milestone 55.5 million United States dollars emergency power import facility with Grenco, the country's growth aspirations, including that of meeting productivity targets in the mining sector, are achievable. Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And in foreign news, United States of America President Donald Trump has signed orders significantly expanding the goods exempted from his new tariffs on Canada and Mexico that were imposed this week. It is the second time in 2 days that Trump has rolled back his taxes on imports from the U.S. two biggest trade partners, measures that have raised uncertainty for businesses and worried financial markets. On Wednesday, he said he would temporarily spare car makers from 25% import levies just a day after they came into effect. And in sports news, Bet Lion has announced the hand of 500,000 kwacha grand prize to Timothy Kasomo. Bet Lion country manager Panji Kakube says this is another milestone in the Mabwana Mega Giveaway campaign after the first prize giving event recently. He says in addition, 20 lucky winners will be receiving amazing prizes, including solar kits, power banks, smartphones, and shopping vouchers.
A huge thank you also to our customers to empower and uplift our players through life-changing prizes. Today, I am honored to announce that Timothy Kasomo is our second 500,000 kwacha grand prize winner this year. In addition, more than 20 lucky winners will be receiving amazing prizes, including solar kits, power banks, smartphones, and shopping vouchers. These rewards are designed to add value and make a real difference in the daily lives of our players. The energy, excitement, and anticipation from our players across Zambia has been phenomenal.
And now, the weather.
Class Econ Roofing Africa.
Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
The evening is partly cloudy, windy at times, and warm to mild with a chance of isolated rain. Ends our weather report. In that item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development Permanent Secretary Technical Services Nicholas Piri has revealed that 77% of households' facilities have access to sanitation facilities at national level. The government, through the Ministry of Tourism and the Department of National Parks and Wildlife (DNPW), has warned those residing in flash-prone areas and near water bodies such as rivers and streams about the increasing occurrence of hippos and crocodiles in their regions. And finally, US President Donald Trump has signed orders significantly expanding the goods exempted from his new tariffs on Canada and Mexico that were imposed this week. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie Banda. Do have a pleasant weekend.